it works. I haven't done an update video, or I've tried at like 7 times and forgotten to take the video and never edited it. But today I have a Sunday to drink and do nothing but edit videos, so here's an update. Nothing's changed visually, really. There's hood pins. I don't know if you guys saw these. These are just bolts out of a Harbor Freight spring compressor that I cut and did other horrible things to make it into a hood. A hood pin. Fancy, fancy. Intake is terrible and way too short. Battery tie down is still lacking, still needs to be moved. Fuel filter, you can sort of see, has been kind of fastened with a hose clamp. The fans stopped making weird noises, inexplicably. It also inexplicably stopped leaking oil. So we're good. I'm a better mechanic than I thought, apparently. Transmission fluid still leaks slightly. But, you know, it's only like a drip or two a week. Side pipes are functioning flawlessly, except they're way too quiet. So I need to do something about my exhaust, because it's really just the headers are the issue. They're factory headers that go down, straight down, 90 degrees left, and then straight back. So all of that in like 2-inch or 1 3/4-inch tubing is not very noisy. It's full straight pipe and it's quiet as shit. Granted, I haven't put a lot of load on it. I've done a couple burnouts with it. They're basically, I'm just slowly testing out the clutch. Just backing up so you can look at the car, because Lord knows I don't want to look at me. I've just basically been testing out the clutch as it is an NA Z32 clutch. It's only rated for like 230 foot-pounds of torque, I think. And this obviously makes more than that, but I do only have an open diff with cambered old 245 or 205, so should be good. Theoretically, it will do second gear burnout in the dry, no problem from a dig. Haven't tried third gear yet. Tried to do a burnout today, but there were some stinky little kids outside and didn't want to piss off all the parents with doing a burnout in front of their kids. Made a hood cutout for the intake. Fits flawlessly. And the hood pins, obviously, are awesome. They look way cooler when you don't know what they're made out of. This side's even better because I rounded the top. I got lazy before I did the other side. It is also crooked and I'm terrible at filming. I have some piles of rubber and mini skid marks. This seat just started getting moldy. I don't know why, so that's gonna come out soon. Probably the other one too. I still need to put the dashboard back in, but I really don't feel like working on it because it works and I just rather do burnouts on it. It is, let me find a flashlight. It is extremely low to the ground without being slammed, which is kind of funny. But it has almost the exact look I was looking for, just a missile that looks like a missile and will go by like a missile. Nice, low, and fast. But yeah, kind of low to the ground. And in addition to this fine beauty being functioning and flawless, the 4Runner is functioning fine and flawless so far. Did the timing belt, water pump, so far so good. Had one small issue with the O-ring being kind of shitty, but that's whatever, it was an easy fix. O-ring on the water pump inlet, and because whatever. And just greased up the drive shaft, so far no more clunks, that's good. Gotta lube the shaft. Lube the shaft. And still leaking air, but no other leaks, and that's good for a car that costs money. Basically waiting on a trailer at this point because I don't want to register this thing on the road because I'm sure it'll break, and that's a lot more money than I want to spend. And I have that shitty Pathfinder outside that I'm going to try to trade for a shitty car trailer so I can tow shitty cars around with my mildly less shitty 4Runner. And other news, we have a new member of the squad. My friend Brendan, that's a fun line, is building his Saab. He's got a 1998 Saab 900 SE Turbo. We just pulled the motor last week. on a sloped gravel driveway. That was fun. Filled my car full of tools, drove all the way up there, drove back. Total success. Did the whole thing from start to finish in 8 hours, including unpacking the tools, packing the tools, cleaning the motor, and carrying the motor downstairs into the basement. In addition to that, we also did the first 4 hours without power tools because we started at 6 in the morning. So not too shabby from not ever having pulled a front wheel drive motor before. But his goal for that is 250 to 300 wheel horsepower in a stripped out Saab. Should be fun. Very, very attainable. We don't even have to change the head gasket. His head gasket is so far not leaking as far as we know. So we're going to leave that as is. He's just basically doing a basic motor refresh, new clutch, new flywheel, or resurface and lighten flywheel. Basic suspension mods, and all that stuff will cost less than probably my car did initially, which is debatable actually. The parts will cost less than the car. And therefore, I think even with less power and slightly more weight, it should be pretty close match to this on a track. Because this is in no way, shape, or form scienced out, aligned, or correct. And it'll be an amazing video if we ever get to that point. It'll probably be up in New Hampshire because that's where it would be. shaky. Dig.
Really?
Second gear from a dig.